What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Sneakerhead in the Bay here, and as y'all could tell by the title of this video, we're gonna be running through the top 10 tips to be a sneaker reseller in 2021. What's up, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope everyone has a beautiful Thanksgiving with their friends, family, or if you're just rocking it solo, I feel it. I'm on that wave too. And since today is Thanksgiving, let's drop a comment down below and let me know what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. Is it that honey ham? Is it that turkey? Is it that stuffing? Is it that weird cranberry raisin sauce? Not really my favorite, but yeah, I'm a honey ham kind of guy. I'm not too big of a fan on the turkey, but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, I was pretty busy today and I wasn't gonna knock this video out, but for some reason I had a sudden burst of energy and I ended up getting a DM from one of you guys asking me for sneaker reselling tips. So I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this video. So what I did was I compiled a list of at least 10 tips that I want to share with you guys, and there are some bonus ones. And all of these tips are tips that I live by and that I use to run my business. So if it's your first time watching one of my videos, I do resell sneakers on the side as well as other products. If you guys would like an example of what I sell, you could go ahead and check out my website, which will be linked down below in the description, or you could type in shopsotopia.com. I've been reselling sneakers for about 3 to 4 years. The first couple years were on and off, but now I can comfortably say that I rely on sneakers as part of my income to pay the bills and do other things. So with that being said, let's get right into the list. Tip number 1. Since this video is for beginners, I just want to say that it's very important to start small. There's a lot of people out there that I see on Instagram and they post these huge buyouts that they do, crazy collections, and they spend tens of thousands of dollars. Look, it doesn't have to start like that. Every single person has to start at some place, right? So what do I recommend? To start off this journey, it doesn't cost too much, but you do need a little bit of money. And when I say a little bit, I mean about $500 to about $1,000 to play with, all right? I like to call this money seeds because you're planting these seeds and you're watching this tree grow. If you don't know how to plant the seeds, you probably won't see a tree in the future. So now you might be asking me, yo, Alex, how do I even get this $500? How do I get this $1,000? Well, I'm assuming that you're younger. If you don't have a job, you might have something that you can sell. Like, you might have sneakers you don't wear, you could go ahead and sell those, or if you really need to do it, ask your parents for some money and tell them that you're gonna pay them back. And you better pay them back. Overall, I think $500 to $1,000 is enough to start your business because we're buying shoes that are about $200 on average. So that gives you about 5 pairs of sneakers right there that you should be able to flip. The second tip is to buy sneakers in your size. As long as you wear a common size, like size 10, that's what I wear. I never really had any issues moving those pairs, but when I first started, I purchased sneakers that were my size. In case I wasn't able to flip them, I was at least able to enjoy them. Now I'd be like, yo, if I purchased this, would I be okay with actually wearing this and enjoying this shoe? Yes. But would I be hurt if the shoe sold? No. So I think that's very important when you're first starting because you don't know if a sneaker is going to sell. You really need to establish your reputation as a seller. And sometimes that may be difficult when you're first starting, but like everything in life, is not easy. For the third tip, I recommend using different platforms like eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist used to be a huge one, but now it's more like OfferUp. Just be very careful when you're doing those in-person meetups. And I love eBay because it adds an extra step of protection with their new authenticity guarantee. So essentially all the sneakers that you're buying, they're already double checked by verifiers to make sure that the product that you're getting is 100% authentic. So I think that's super dope. Building off of that, for step number 4, you're gonna have to look at the pricing. We're here to make money, so generally I'm looking for about $50 profit. Of course, if I could get more, I would love to get more, but bare minimum, I'm gonna profit at least $50 on each sneaker that I purchase. For example, here are some of the buys that I've had on eBay, and here are the prices as well. I'll also include the prices that I sold them for so you can see the margin that I'm working with. I would just look at it like this. The more profit you're able to get, the more seeds you could plant with that profit. And in order to figure out how to price your sneakers, you really need to do some market research. I like going on GOAT. You can also look at other eBay listings. Now, the next tip is to buy used sneakers. In my opinion, this is the most realistic way to make money because a lot of the people that I see on Instagram, they're purchasing new pairs with bots. They'll have like 20 or 30 pairs of Dunks. And for me personally, I don't know how to use a bot. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I spent like $400 on a bot. I didn't know how to use it. I've had friends help me out and it still never really yielded anything. So that's not really a realistic version of reselling in my opinion for myself, but for other people it does work. I'm really just sharing what works for me so you guys can make money as well. And I've seen a lot of success with used pairs. One of the reasons is because used pairs are significantly lower priced compared to new sneakers. And what I noticed is it's a little bit more difficult to move a $400 to $600 sneaker versus a $200 sneaker. So why not focus on what my market wants, which is something that you'll learn over time. So that's why I go for used sneakers, a little bit better margin, a lot more realistic. Now, building off of that, the next tip is to clean those sneakers. If you use eBay heavily, I like to filter my listings to the ones that say offer on it. You can lowball a lot of these people on there. And there's nothing wrong with lowballing. It's really just testing to see how much is this person gonna sell this for. So if I see something for $200, sometimes I'll offer $140 and they end up taking it. So that's a $60 margin right there. And that's a super simple way of increasing your profit margin. Now, with that being said, some of the sneakers that you get a deal on, they're gonna need a little bit of cleaning, but just a slight cleaning can increase the value to $20 to $40. If you guys would like to support this channel, I do have my own sneaker cleaner, my own brushes, which will be linked down below in the description as always. It's not necessary, but if you wanna invest like 15 bucks into a sneaker cleaner that could potentially make you more money in the future, now is the time. The next tip that I would like to share is to hold when necessary. There are some sneakers that gain value as time goes on, but it really depends on how long you want to hold this sneaker for and how long you want to have this money tied up for. If I spend $200 to make 250 bucks, that's a quick $50 profit right there. But let's say that this $200 sneaker in about 1 year is worth $300, I end up profiting $100. You need to think about the opportunity cost. The real opportunity cost boils down to, in that 1 year time span, if I took that $250 that I made and reinvested it as many times as I could within that year, how much money could I have made? So personally, I'm going for quick flips. I'm looking for something that I could get for $150, sell for $200. Buy for $200, sell for $250. Buy for $250, sell for $300. And then I end up getting a bunch of sneakers that I'm selling for $50 over what I bought it for. And I'm taking that money and reinvesting it back, which is extremely important. You shouldn't be going out there and buying different things with this money. Have this money be a separate part of your bank account so you can see this thing grow. If you're not strict and you're not disciplined with yourself, it's really easy to get off track. You have to be in it for the long run. And if you guys want to make money, that's the best way to do it. You have to keep reinvesting your money if you want to see it grow. Another tip that I would like to share with you guys is to accept as many payment carriers as possible. This goes for like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay. Have everything. When you get into certain situations, you do a meetup, there's gonna be times where you don't wanna carry cash, or the person paying you only has a certain payment option. I think it's extremely important to accept all carriers. Coming down to the last couple tips, one of the major ones is to do market research. You have to understand what the market is feeling and what the market isn't feeling. For example, right now, what's hot is Dunks and Air Jordan 1s. So it would make your life 100 times easier if you went and invested in certain sneakers that people are already interested in versus stuff like Boost, which isn't selling like it used to. I've had a couple instances where I was doing a huge buyout and these people were selling me Boost sneakers for the low. And like I said, Boost sneakers aren't what they used to be. So I'm sitting on a couple pairs right now, but I think over time I'll be able to sell it, which is why I'm saying you gotta do your market research. And sometimes if the deal's good, you can take it, but understand that it is going to take a little bit to sell that sneaker. The next tip is that you could also hit up your Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Goodwills, thrift stores, etc., etc. It's super fun if you go with your homies and you're just constantly looking for things. I personally have this thing in my head where I'm like, okay, I see this, I wonder what I could sell it for. Like, I'm always thinking like that. So when I do go into like a Marshalls, Burlington, or TJ Maxx, sometimes we'd be finding stuff like Coogee, where the original retail price was $400, but now at the store they're selling it for 50 bucks. And with a little bit of market research, like looking on eBay and checking the SKUs, you can see that some of these items actually sell for about 200 bucks on eBay. And if you buy from the store, you do have a chance of returning it if it doesn't sell within a certain time period. So that's also something to check out. Also, there's gonna be some hot sneaker drops on the Sneakers app. They come every now and then and they are a little bit difficult to win, but I would always test your luck on those. I just wouldn't count on the Sneakers app as like a direct source of income because it's very on and off. So test your luck out, but don't count on it. And lastly, to wrap this video up, I just wanted to reinforce the idea that you don't necessarily have to have a crazy following in order to sell sneakers or resell sneakers. Yes, it does help. It does make it a little bit easier. And some people like to say, Alex, it's a lot easier for you because you got followers. Yes, I will admit it's very easy for me to sell sneakers because I'm able to expand myself and reach a lot of people. But you got to keep in mind that I've been doing this since 2008. I put the years in, and obviously, you know, as I was able to grow, I was able to reach more people. So that's just how it is. But I do have a lot of friends that don't have crazy social media followings and they're able to make a decent amount of money on this. And even with the following, some of the sneakers that I have are a little bit harder for me to sell. They end up sitting for a while. So what I do is I use different avenues to sell these sneakers, like the Facebook Marketplace. We have a Facebook group out here called Bay Area Sneakerheads. I also use eBay to sell a lot of my sneakers because they don't have any fees on there, so that's always awesome. So I've seen a lot of success with that, and I'm able to see the difference with a following versus doing it on other platforms like GOAT, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and things of that nature. So you definitely have to utilize your resources. Make sure that you figure out what works for you. As you reinvest and as you build yourself, you're gonna see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But you're gonna have a lot of moments where it's like a trial and error period. And I just wanted to let you guys know, this is definitely possible. It is going to take time and it's not easy, but this is what I live for. I love doing this stuff and I'm super passionate about it. So if I can help you guys out and help y'all make money, I'm so down for that, all right? Let me know if you guys have any tips to share down below in the comment section, any tips that I missed out or anything. I hope y'all have a beautiful Thanksgiving and remember to be safe out there. Please, please, please do not drink and drive. I have an Uber link down below if you guys want to share it to any family members, your friends that might be partaking in some sort of activities like that. Please do not drink and drive. Use that Uber code. It should give you some money off. I just got to double check on that link, but yeah, I'll have it down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all very soon for the next video. It's your boy Sneakerhead in the Bay. I'm out. Peace.